New Jersey became the first state in the United States to implement mandatory steroid testing programs for high school athletes, a move that one day may spread here to Tennessee. Now, Rudy Kalis has a story of a man setting an example of doing things the right way.
Well, this is Matt Poe, who today finished up competition in the Texas Strongest Man competition down there in Texas. He's a power lifter. He's a former UT football player. Been out of the sport for about 17 years, decided to get back into it. A couple of months ago, he first of all got back in by competing in the Strongest Man in America competition in Boston, finished 5th overall and 4th in his weight class. He only weighs 255 pounds in a sport that's dominated by 300-pounders that in many cases use steroids. But Matt is determined to do it the right way.
Thinking about how steroids really do work, it really affected me last year going into the meet. I mean, it was a little intimidating, getting off the plane and seeing all these guys that were 300 plus, tattoos everywhere. But as I trained, I realized, the hard work that I do, the athleticism that I do have, it's got to pay off somewhere.
Just up. Yes! There you go. There you go. Nice.
I wake up every morning, knees hurting, elbows, shoulders, and he's 33 years old. I'm saying, not taking any steroids or any illegal substances and competing, in America's Strongest Man. So that's a pretty big deal.
This is young man weight. Old men do a lot more. This is NFL weight. Lightweight. Come on, buddy.
Ergogenic aids, like steroids, are pharmaceutical preparation. Like all other pharmaceutical preparations, are going to have adverse effects. I was fortunate enough to be in a clubhouse with guys like Tony Gwynn and Ken Caminiti and Kevin Brown, and God bless Caminiti. He was a great guy. He had his demons, but Cammy used them, and he let everybody know it. Long before I was with him, I was at Miami, and you had the Canseco brothers, and they worked out with us, and everybody knew they were on it. It was something you didn't address, and nobody really cared. Now it's getting the attention. It's a huge issue.
What I like to do is
The message I want to get across to the kids is you can do it without the steroids, because they are rampant in high school. I would say 1 in every 30 kids is using steroids now. You can do it with hard work.
The one event that Matt thought that he could win was this, the overhead press. Again, he weighs 255. He has lifted 350, and he's ranked #1 in that. Aaron's going to tell you how he did. This is Rudy Kalis for Inside Sports Sunday.
Thank you, Rudy. Matt Poe had a good weekend at the Texas Strongman competition, finishing 3rd overall and winning that overhead press, lifting 345 pounds over his head. The nearest competitor stopped at 320. Not bad for a guy who weighs 255 pounds. And by the way, Cooper Wallace, who was in that story, picked up by the Chicago Bears as a free agent last week. And if you want to get in touch with Matt or Kenny, go to WSMV.com and you can find their link. Time now for a break, but the Cats are playoff bound and will